Some children go missing and are never seen again. Others disappear, only to return years later, carrying scars no one can see. This is not just a story about kidnapping. It is a story about obedience, manipulation, survival, and a child who endured 7 years of hell so another child could live. This is the full story of Steven Gregory Stayner. Steven Stayner was born in 1965 and raised in Merced, California. He was 7 years old. Cheerful, playful, and deeply loved by his family. He walked to school every day with his older brother, Kerry. Like many children, Steven had been taught one important lesson: respect adults, obey authority. No one knew that lesson would be used against him. It was a cold December afternoon. Steven and Kerry were walking home from school when a car pulled up beside them. Inside was a man named Kenneth Parnell. Well-dressed, calm, almost friendly. Some later said he looked like a preacher. He leaned out and spoke words that would change everything. "Your mother sent us to pick you up. She's busy and asked us to bring you home." Kerry hesitated. Steven did not. He trusted adults. He trusted authority. Steven got into the car. That was the last time his family saw him. For 7 years. Kenneth Parnell was not who he pretended to be. He was a violent pedophile. He took Steven to a remote cabin in the mountains. There, the boy's childhood ended. Steven was repeatedly abused. Physically, emotionally, and psychologically. Parnell told him lies over and over again. "Your parents don't want you anymore. They gave you away. You belong to me now." He changed Steven's name too. Dennis Parnell. Every night, Steven cried for his mother and father. Every night, no one came. Steven tried to escape. Each time, Parnell found him. Each time, the punishment was brutal. Years passed. They moved from town to town across California. Steven grew older, but remained trapped. By the time he was a teenager, the manipulation had done its damage. Steven no longer knew who he was. He began to believe that maybe he really was Dennis. In 1980, everything changed. Kenneth Parnell kidnapped another child, 5-year-old Timothy White. When Steven saw Timothy's face, something inside him broke. The fear, the confusion, the helplessness. It was the same look Steven had worn at age 7. In that moment, Steven remembered who he truly was. One night, while Parnell was at work, 14-year-old Steven made the bravest decision of his life. He looked at Timothy and said, "We're going home." He placed Timothy on the back of a bicycle. In the pouring rain, in the darkness, they rode for miles, cold, exhausted, afraid, until they reached a police station in Ukiah, California. Steven walked in and spoke words that stunned the world. "My name is Steven Stayner. I've been missing for 7 years. And this is Timothy White. He's been kidnapped too." Steven's parents had never stopped searching. His bedroom was left untouched, as if he might return at any moment. When Steven finally came home, his mother, Kay Stayner, ran to him screaming and crying. Steven looked at his younger sister and whispered, "I'm home. You were just a baby when I left.
You're back.
Now you're bigger than me."
Wow, you're so
The
tall
world
now.
wept with him.
I know, right?
Steven testified against Kenneth Parnell, helping send him to prison. He became a national hero. Later, Steven married. He had 2 children, a son and a daughter. He tried to live a normal life. But trauma leaves echoes. Steven once said, "I was kidnapped, but my childhood was stolen." In 1989, at just 24 years old, Steven Stayner died in a motorcycle accident. His mother believed one thing until her last breath. God kept Steven alive long enough to save another child. Even when it seems God is silent, even when hope feels lost, courage can rise from the smallest heart. Steven Stayner lost 7 years of his life, but in one night, he changed another child's destiny forever.